Well, Light, it's all over.
Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Death Note episode 10. Guys, the last episode, amazing. Light and L have had an introduction to one another. And now Light is in a bind because apparently L is attending his university as well. And this is gonna get very interesting very quickly. I was shocked, but not as shocked as Light was because he couldn't predict this move. Man, the fact that L just came in like, oh, I just wanted to say Amel. Like, come on, man. And Light doesn't know if this is really L. Light doesn't know if this is his real name or is it that pop star. I mean, the pop star is known to everybody, so if he writes the name and thinks of the pop star, he can kill the pop star, thus proving he's Light or Kira. So that's just, so I love it. I love it. I love it. I love how this story is progressing. This is gonna get even more intense now because, you can't do a stare contest with a guy that's so weird, man. Like, Al is just so weird, but at the same time, so precise and so smart. So I'm here for this. I am here for this. I don't know where this is gonna go, man. But I think they're gonna. This is okay. I'm not gonna assume. So we're gonna be jumping right into this, guys. But the last episode, man, I really didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming, and that was a great move. Light said it himself. Well played. Well played. Right before he started laughing like a maniac and a sociopath and a guy with a god complex, thinking this must mean they don't have nothing on me. Hell, man. Awesome. So we're gonna be jumping right into this because I can't wait to find out what happens next. Before we do, if you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, ring that bell for notifications, guys. Follow me on Instagram, join my Discord server, and my Patreon page. And without further ado, guys, let's jump right into this reaction. Let's go, man. The title of this episode is Doubt. Wait,
I have to admit, I was
Dennis?
surprised, Ryuga. I never thought you'd ask me to play tennis as a way to get to know each other. Is it a problem for you? Not at all. But when you first invited me to play, did you know how good I was? Yes, I'll be fine.
Okay, if anybody ever wants to meet me, challenge me to a tennis match. I like this way of starting friendships, especially tennis. That's my sport, man. Let's go.
It's been a while, but at one time I was actually the British junior champion. If I ask him if he's
British?
would he think I'm trying to find out more about him because I'm Kira? Oh well, can't hurt to try. Ryuga, were you raised in the UK? I lived in England for about 5 years when I was younger, but save your breath. Nothing in that story would reveal Elle's true identity, I promise you. Oh, is that so? Well, since it's our first match, why don't we just play a single set? First one to 6? That's fine by me.
Okay. So they're gonna play tennis?
Only game of tennis, nothing more. In and of itself, it won't determine if Light is Kira, but I know Kira hates to lose.
Okay, I see where he's going with this. Wait, he's actually good?
15 love.
Well, yeah, he just said that he was a British champion. Okay, but can Light play? Because he said, but did you know how good I was? Like,
Whoa, Ryuga, you sure don't mess around. He who strikes first wins.
What do you mean you're not at liberty to say? I'm very sorry, sir. We're under orders from L not to discuss the case with anyone, including you. I'm not asking for details here, just what you're doing and where. I'm very sorry, sir.
Wait, so this is his chief?
It's been 4 months since this case came to the public's attention and they want results. People are saying that the NPA is incompetent, that L is incompetent. With all due respect, sir, the rest of the department runs away with their tails between their legs, and we're incompetent? Do you have any idea how many people are left at Task Force headquarters these days? If you're concerned with public opinion, then you'll want to suppress the fact that most of our detectives would rather let a serial killer roam free than risk their lives. Please excuse me.
That's kind of true, man. You gotta give it to them. They have guts, okay? The guts to never give up. But yeah, they have guts, man, for staying at the task force, even though Kira pretty much proved that he's willing to kill everybody, even their loved ones, if they get in his way. So yeah, this guy is gonna come here all high and mighty, like, oh, you're incompetent. Oh, really? Oh, really? Then why don't you put your ass on the line here, man? Yeah, that's what I thought. So shut the hell up, man. He's got a point. He's got a point. But I am still loving the tennis match. I'm still loving the tennis match. Get back to the tennis match.
Yagami,
I'm here
what
for
about
it.
this L character? Can he be trusted? In my opinion,
You brought
he's
him
a lot
along.
more capable than we are. Right now, even as we speak, he's risking his life.
That's true. That's true, because this is risk.
Are these two really amateurs? Who are they anyway?
I think their names are Light Yagami and Hideki Ryuga. These are the same two guys who scored perfect on the exam.
Relax, Light. While it's true that Kira hates losing, it's also true that most people would rather win than lose. It's human nature.
Yes.
Is he going to think that I'm Kira if I go for the win? I suppose I could just lose on purpose, but if I do, it could work against me. Since he'd expect Kira to want to win, he might also expect me to throw the match to avoid suspicion. I don't see any way that he can profile me based on a tennis match. So, I have to assume he has some other goal in mind.
Bruh, the thought process, I love it. The way that it's like they're speaking to each other only through their minds, because they're on the same brainwave, just thinking the same thing over and over, like from different perspectives. And I love it. I also love the fact that they know how to play, man. They know how to play. And those guys, they even gathered the crowd around and they asked, like, whoa, are these guys really, like, amateurs? Who are these guys? And the fact that it's known that they're the ones that scored top scores on the entrance exam. L is seemingly Batman. He's scored top grades and now he's playing tennis like a maniac. And this kid also looks amazing and scored top and now he's playing like they're perfect. Like they're both perfect. They have been truly blessed and amazing. But the thought process and they're just back and forth. I love it. I love it.
Either way, I'm not going to let him win.
Ooh.
Light Yagami to serve.
And just like that, we've got an umpire and a line judge.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe this. I thought I'd heard the name Light Yagami somewhere before, so I checked. He was the 0203 junior high tennis champion. Apparently, during the third-year award ceremony, he announced that he was hanging up his racket, and I guess he hasn't played competitively since.
I can see the wheels turning, Light Yagami. I'm already in your head.
It will go through so we can say we're closer.
Because I wanted to play tennis with you, you'll assume that I'm preparing to take a step closer, laying the groundwork to get to know you better.
And
Okay,
then
I
you're
love
going
this.
to try and trap me by getting me to say something that only Kira would know.
So it goes without saying that the first thing you're going to want from me is...
Some kind of confirmation. We'll have to go to Task Force headquarters. Must attack!
So he's gonna win?
Won by Light Yagami! 6 games to 4!
Okay. 6-4. First set. Okay, first off, I love that they're playing tennis. Every time I'm playing tennis now, I'm gonna think like them. Like, awesome, man. I love that detail. The fact that they really chose tennis. Love it. Love it. For those of you who don't know, I used to play tennis. I mean, I still do, not professionally anymore, but I love tennis, so that's my game. And the fact that this show chose tennis in this debate of geniuses, I'm here for it and I love it. Okay, so they, like I said, it's like they're talking to one another because they're finishing off each other's sentences with their mind. It's just they're on that level and I love it. So they came to the same conclusion. They're gonna have to go to the headquarters because Light is gonna want some proof that this is L, because it makes sense. Okay, if this guy knows so much about the investigation, then prove it. But how does L prove it without, telling him, like, I think you're the main suspect, so I don't want to tell you. So it's gonna be interesting. But I can see that L has come prepared. So I guess it's okay. We'll see. I still haven't picked a side, and I don't think I will at this point, because they're both, I don't stand behind what Light is doing, killing innocent people, or killing at all. But, the fact that L wants a death penalty for him, and yeah, that's kind of the same thing. So, I love them both so far. They are both. I don't know who's smarter. Okay, I've been frequently asked this question: who do you think is smarter, L or Light? I don't know. I mean, Light just beat him at the first set in this match, so he kind of has the upper hand. But that's not smart one. That's play like agility. So I don't know. But let's continue, because this is getting epic.
Just as I expected, you beat me.
It's been a while since I had to play that hard. I'm feeling kind of thirsty. Plus, there's something I wanted to ask you about. You want to go somewhere for a drink?
You humored me with the tennis match. The least I can do is answer some of your questions. But before this conversation goes any further, there's something I must tell you.
What's that?
I suspect that you, Light Yagami, are in fact Kira. Now, if you still want to ask me something, then please go ahead.
Ooh, I did not see that coming. He really just did that. He's just putting it all on the table, man, expecting a reaction out of Light. And that might be a smart move, because now Light's in a difficult position. He needs to defend himself, but in a way that doesn't arouse even more suspicion. So, and the fact that L himself is standing in front of him, and he's the man he needs to defend himself to, that's a lot, man. But the fact that these guys are actually hanging out now, that's so strange to see. I love it.
You think I'm Kira?
Well, when I say I suspect you, it's only a 1% possibility. That aside, I don't mind telling you that once I'm sure you aren't Kira, and I can verify that your deductive skills are as strong as I think they are, I'd like nothing more than to have you work with me on this investigation.
Didn't he say 5%?
1%, huh? That was well worded. Because no matter how little he says he suspects me, it means he has grounds to prevent me from meeting anyone on the task force. That was quite a preemptive move on his part. He got me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said a minute ago. So how is he gonna decline to answer the main questions to Light without telling him he's the main suspect? And then he pulled a fast one. I mean, he was like, yeah, you're the main suspect. Like, yeah, that he has to say it, because otherwise Light is gonna ask him for proof, and then like they're gonna come to an unpenetrable wall, because he can't give him anything real, like names or anything. So yeah, eventually this is a smart move.
This is one of my favorites in the area, and if we sit here, there's no chance of anyone overhearing us.
Thanks for showing me this place. I can see why you like it.
Not to mention, we're so out of the way here, no one's gonna give you a hard time about the way you sit.
I don't sit like this because I want to. I have to sit like this. You see, if I were to sit normally, my deductive skills would immediately be reduced by roughly 40%. You're under no obligation to do this, but would you mind submitting yourself to a test of your deductive reasoning skills?
Sure, why not? Sounds like fun.
Test?
All right, then. We can begin by taking a look at these. Photographs of 3 notes written by prison inmates while under Kira's control just prior to their deaths. None of this information has been made public. You can take as long as you want to look them over. Please let me know what you think.
Very interesting. Come on, this is child's play.
He's essentially reading his own notes, isn't he? So what? He wants his opinion on the notes, and thus, while he talks, he's gonna try and deduce whether he had anything to do with it or not. See, this is smart. This is smart because this is really investigating. But you need to know human behavior really well in order to make an assumption here, and you know, and the fact that L is so weird, you would think he's not very good at that, but actually, I
There's
like
a print
this.
number on the back of each of these photographs. If I ignored this fact and was still able to come up with the phrase, "L, do you know, gods of death love apples," what would that mean? Clearly, if I read it the way Kira intended on my first attempt, I'd only look more suspicious. But the fact that I'm able to solve this silly code isn't enough on its own to prove that I'm Kira. It would be
True.
quite amazing to learn that not only could Kira kill others, but could also control his victims' actions. I think Kira wrote these, and it seems he's encoded a message for you as well, almost as if he's mocking you. If you line these notes up side by side and take a look at the first letter of every line, it reveals a message. Rearranging it like this gives you, "L, do you know? Gods of death love apples." But there are obvious
So he went for the kill. That's interesting. That's interesting. But the fact that he essentially needs to solve the steps that L already solved, and L is pretty much scoring him on how long it takes him and what's. But yeah, if he gains the trust of L, he's gonna get to work on the task force and kill them from the inside. So this can be beneficial for him. But will he be able to earn L's trust? I doubt it. I doubt it, because L is like he can blink and L's like, okay, I think he's kid at 20% now. Like, come on.
numbers on the back of all these photographs. Arrange it in that order, we get, "L, do you know? Love apples, gods of death." That doesn't sound right. And based on that, it's hard to believe that Kiddo would have wanted you to read it this way.
That's incorrect. The thing is, there were actually 4 photographs. When we add this one, it reads, "L, do you know? Gods of death who love apples have red hands."
It's a fake. I never
made any criminal
Ah, yes, I knew it right away because we haven't heard that. Okay, so again, he's trying to raise a reaction out of him. Again, he's trying to play on his ego. Again, he's like playing games, trying to, make him to flinch or something to give himself off that he's the kid. Okay, I love this. I love
write
this.
the letter in this fourth picture. Is he stupid? But seeing as I only had 3 photographs to work with, my deduction was perfect.
No, it wasn't. The truth is, there were 4 of them. If you'd figured that out, it would have been perfect. Even though you knew the message was incomplete, you decided that there were only 3 notes. You never even considered that there might be a 4th. What do you make of that?
Damn him. This wasn't just about gauging my deductive reasoning skills. He wanted to see what my reaction would be. If I keep falling for his tricks, I'll be playing right into his hands.
Not only that, he's like, why did you assume that right away? Is it possible that you wrote this? Is it possible that that you're Kira? Like, why didn't it even occur to you that there might be 5 more pages of this? You assumed that was the full message. And also, he's also playing on his ego. He's like, no, you didn't solve that perfectly. You weren't even close. You're a dum-dum. Like, look, come on. That didn't even occur to you. You're not smart. He's kind of poaching on his ego because Light knows he's right, but he can reveal that he knows. It's just awesome.
Well, you got me there. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, he
In
has
any
to be
case,
modest.
the likelihood this message will lead you to Kira is not very great. Besides, we all know gods of death don't exist.
If you were me, faced with someone who might be Kira, how would you go about establishing this person's innocence or guilt? You need to be absolutely sure.
I would probably try to get him to say something that was never made public in any way. Something that only Kira could know. Kinda like what you were doing just now.
Yeah.
Truly amazing. What's incredible is that I've asked countless detectives that same question, and it took most of them minutes to even come up with an answer. But you immediately thought of a scenario in which Kira is speaking directly to the investigator. I'm impressed. You'll make a fine detective, Light.
Yeah, in prison. Come on. Okay, you gotta love this. Because he's analyzing every aspect of Light right now. He's like, truly amazing. I've asked countless questions to other detectives, and you're the only one who just came out with the answer right away. Which proves that Light is smart, but at the same time, that he is capable.
But it's a bit of a double-edged sword. The more impressive my answers, the more of a suspect I become.
Exactly!
It's about 3% now. However, it's made me that much more determined to work with you on this investigation. You see, I'm in a position where even if you are Kira, it would still be to my benefit to have you working alongside us. Do you know why I'd say that?
If I cooperate with you, there's a chance I can help the investigation to move forward. And if I'm Kira, I might reveal myself. In other words, whether I'm Kira or not, you stand to gain either way.
True.
It's a very smart move on your part.
But then again, how is he gonna work for you without you revealing anything to him? Like the task force, the names, everybody, you know? But at the same time, if he reveals anybody, if anybody of them dies, he's gonna be a suspect again. So it's gonna...
But I know that I'm not Kira, and I certainly don't want to be killed by him. However, if you are in fact L, I don't imagine it would be that hard for you to prove it to me.
You sure talk a lot, don't you, Light? Typical for someone who hates losing. You've got 7%. Could it really be him? I don't remember saying you couldn't meet anyone from Task Force headquarters to verify my identity. Now, if I understand you correctly and I take you to Task Force headquarters, you'll help us with the investigation. Am I safe in making this assumption?
Does this guy have a death wish? I don't understand. What's he thinking?
Excuse me.
Okay, what L did there is... Damn. So Light went on the offensive the first chance he got. Like L predicted in a tennis match, he's like, he's gonna ask me to go to the headquarters. So he was prepared. He was ready, okay? And Light fell right into his trap because L was like, you do talk a lot, don't you? It's 7% now. Okay? So this is getting interesting, but at the same time, yes, he has something to gain from Light working with him. He's gonna be close by. He's gonna be able to observe him, you know, because so far he's the only suspect that we got, like the real suspect that has real suspicion to be the real Kira. So you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And Light can't comprehend this. He's like, is this guy crazy? Like, what? He has a death wish or something? Yeah, it is strange that L is just like here, considering that he took all the necessary precautions in the beginning to hide his true identity, and now he's standing in front of Light. Maybe the huge plot twist here is gonna be that this whole time that was L. It was the imposter that L hired to play him. Like...
Oh, there goes mine.
Yes?
Ryuzaki, I have some bad news.
Light, your father is...
Light, it's your...
My father, he had a heart attack.
What? Okay, the only thing, like, Light wouldn't harm his dad, right? Just to exonerate himself. I'm assuming, I hope that's not the case here. Because that would make sense, that he wrote his dad's name in the... Man, come on. He's not that big of a psychopath, is he? The other thing that popped to mind was maybe that other Shinigami that was like coming here, you know, in the last episode. Maybe he wrote his dad's name in his death note, and that's gonna make Ryuk respond. I don't know, man, but that's a lot right here. Did Light do this? Because he did say once that he's willing to kill off his family in order to protect his secret. Because he essentially wants to sacrifice everything for the greater good, you know. He already sacrificed his soul, so why not his parents and loved ones? So I don't know, man. I don't know, but this is giving me... Okay, even L was like, what? Okay, the specific scope of the condition for death is not known to the gods of death either, so you must examine and find out. Okay. The fact that the god's death can die is still beyond me. One page taken from Death Note or even fragment of the page continue to fill... Okay, we know this. Some of you guys told me to read these rules because we don't know all of them.
If you need me to bring anything.
Light, you take care of him, okay?
Sure.
Wait, he's okay? He's not dead?
So the doctors think stress was the only cause?
Yeah. To be honest, I thought it was Kira when I first collapsed, but I'll be alright. It seems I've been pushing myself a bit too hard lately.
Well, honestly, this raises an interesting question. Is the Death Note able, because we saw, like Light said that he's gonna kill the ones that do lesser crimes with disease and, so is the Death Note able to infringe suffering on someone without them dying, like a heart attack here? Because, I mean, he can write, he's gonna get 20 heart attacks before he dies, and in his lifespan, so this could be Light. He's, attacking his dad to exonerate himself, but he didn't kill his dad. He's just, making that.
Indeed. It must have added to your stress knowing that Light is a suspect in this investigation.
You actually told my father that?
Yes. In fact, I've told him everything. It's true he even knows that I am L.
That's correct. This man is L. To protect his identity, we on the task force refer to him as Ryuzaki. But make no mistake, it's him.
This guy is the real L. My father wouldn't lie. The very same man who's been controlling the police up to this point.
Yep.
If I get rid of him and the rest of the investigative team... No, let's face it, it wouldn't be that simple.
Yep.
There's no need to rush. I have time to sit back and watch. But for now, I'm the Light Yagami who's worried for his father.
Do you have time to sit back and watch? You're already at 7% in L's eyes, so I'm assuming when he reaches 90 and above, he's gonna be in handcuffs.
So, Ryuzaki, now that you've had the chance to talk to my son, is he cleared as a suspect?
When I say I suspect him, you should know it's very minor. We've gone over this, but I'll explain it again. Not long ago, Kira killed 12 FBI agents who'd come to Japan to assist us. They were instructed to follow people connected to the Japanese police. One of these agents, Ray Pember, exhibited unusual behavior before he died.
I understand, and I was one of the people Ray Pember was investigating before he died. It only makes sense I'd be a suspect. Nope, to be more precise, there's no one else you could suspect.
I find Light's deductive powers quite impressive. He's always quick and to the point.
I just wanted to ask, how do you know that Ray Pember was after you if you're not Kira? But then I remembered he showed him his badge. Okay, I see a solution here on L's part. If Light's dad was willing, if Light's dad was willing to put cameras in their house, he should be willing to let L, take Light's freedom away. Meaning maybe he should incarcerate him, maybe in a private jail, private room, where he can be comfortable but can be observed for a longer period of time, like 2 months. And then, I guess Light did set up kills in the future, so so him being incarcerated wouldn't prove that he is or is not Kira, because the deaths would still happen. But maybe a longer period of time, maybe a year, then again, he has to go to the university and all that, so that's really effed up. So I don't have a solution, but if he kind of, I don't know, man, just...
Ryuga, I'd like to help with the investigation. My father has erased any doubts I might have had regarding your true identity. Also, I'd like nothing more than to catch Kira so I can prove once and for all that I'm not him.
No, Light. This is a time in your life when you should be studying to become a police officer. It won't be too late to join us once you are done.
Come on, Dad, what are you talking about? Who knows how many years that'll take?
This is good practice.
Besides, don't you remember my promise? That if something ever happened to you, I would find Kira and make sure he gets
He
executed.
did say that.
I refuse to believe that my son could turn out to be Kira.
This doesn't seem like an act to me. Or if it is, it's too cheesy.
Cringe.
Light, listen to me. Kira is pure evil. We can all agree on that. But recently I've started thinking of this whole situation in a different way. What is truly evil is the power to kill people. And any person who has come to possess this kind of power is cursed. No matter how you use it, no true happiness can be obtained like that. Not by killing other people.
I think you're absolutely
Yep,
right.
that's a good philosophy right there, man. However just you think these killings are, no happiness gonna come out of it, man. It's just gonna, it's gonna breed more suffering. It's the way it is, okay? So I don't think this is the route you should be taking, Light. Even though I see what you're trying to do, this world is already so corrupt. You're trying to get it back on the right path, but that's not a way to go. It's just not. And the fact that he said Kira is pure evil, we can all agree on that. And I think it took all the cells in Light's body not to respond to that one.
If Kira is just a normal person who somehow obtained this awful power, I would say that he's cursed.
Ryuzaki, I'm sorry for all this trouble, but I'll be back at work as soon as the doctors let me out of here.
Excuse me. Visiting hours were over 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Okay.
Ryuga, what would it take to get you to believe that I'm not Kira? Please, isn't there something?
If you are Kira, it won't be necessary. Let things run their course and the truth will be revealed.
I can't take this anymore. Put yourself in my position. How do you think it feels to be accused of being Kira?
It was one of the worst feelings ever.
What if you were to lock me up for a month in a place with no TV or any other kind of access to the outside world and keep a constant watch?
But see, the fact that he said month tells me that he already has precautions for a month, maybe more. So that's not gonna prove anything. I mean, Elle doesn't know that, but And where's Ryuk? Like they haven't shown him this entire episode. Like,
would any normal person be willing to go to such extreme measures to clear their name? That's no good. I can't do anything that would deprive you of basic human
yes,
rights.
exactly.
Furthermore, it's complete nonsense for the investigator to take suggestions from his suspect.
I understand.
That's true.
Don't worry so much. Be patient. It'll become apparent to us if you're not Kira. And listening to that conversation between you and your father, I was almost convinced you might not be him.
I never once felt cursed since I picked up the Death Note. In fact, the thought never even crossed my mind. I'm happier than I've ever been, all thanks to this power. I'm going to create a perfect world.
To come into contact with the Shinigami have nothing but misfortune.
Oh. Yeah, and I get it.
Listen, you people must think that just mentioning Kira's name is enough to get us the ratings we need, huh? Well, you're wrong. Our program gets the ratings because we cover the stories that the other stations won't touch.
Mr. Demikawa, sir, this is for you.
What is it? So who is this from?
So this is a news station.
Now this is more like it. This is what I call a story. A message to the world from Kira. If you do not broadcast these tapes, I will kill your company's board of directors one by one. Who wouldn't air these? If this is for real, our ratings are gonna go through the roof. Holy crap! I'm so excited I feel like I'm having a heart attack here.
Okay, if this really is Light's doing, damn. Okay, damn. And this guy is a piece of crap for being excited for this. You're literally getting threatened and you're like, oh, you're so greedy that you actually enjoy. I'm not even gonna touch on that. But man, this is getting out of hand, guys. This is getting out of hand. And man, the fact that Light just told Ryuk, like, ever since I picked up the notebook, never once have I felt like I was cursed. And Ryuk responding, well, so far, every other notebook holder has gotten nothing but misfortune following them. Light saying he's gonna break that, curse. But yeah, I understand it. Like, there's not a good thing that can get out of this. He's not gonna be able to clean up the planet, no matter how hard he tries with the killings. So I don't know, man. This is too much to process. his father getting a heart attack. Looks like that wasn't light, but that was convenient AF. Okay, and yeah, Al is still suspicious of him. Like he said, I almost believed that you weren't him, but nah, Al is too smart for that. He still suspects Light. And yeah, I went the same route with my way of thinking, like confine Light for a month or two or a year. But yeah, those are basic rights. You can't take them away. So yeah, Al is not gonna do that, and also he's not gonna accept what his suspect says to him. So, and yeah, would a normal person go to such lengths to clear their name? That's an interesting question as well. So yeah, a lot of series here, and I'm here for it, man. I love it. I enjoyed it. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.